Guys, what is this? We have a Halloween event in Star Trek Online for the first time in, ever? Yeah, I guess so. Well, okay, let's play this thing because I have no idea what to expect, and I was not expecting this. I launched the launcher like yesterday and saw that there will be a new event coming and a new Halloween event. The old ones or something? What the hey? Well, hello everyone. I am your host, Brent Justice. Welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. I am in the game Star Trek Online. It is October 13th, and happy Halloween, everybody. We are in October. Finally, cooler weather is upon us. The fall into winter time is one of my favorite seasons of the year. I love it. I am so happy to finally get to this part of the year. It's great. Spooky, 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 Halloween, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. Normally, you don't associate that with Star Trek Online. Now, in the past, there has been an event called Hearts and Minds. I wouldn't call it spooky. I wouldn't call it scary. But it has been associated with the fall time or around Halloween time of Star Trek Online. Just a little fun mission that they had every year. Not really worth anything, didn't really do anything. Just one mission. Wasn't even part of an event. Well, that's all changed. We actually have a Halloween-themed event that, well, I wasn't expecting. Fall of the Old Ones. So this is live right now. I'm recording this on October 13th, the day it came out. And it ends on November 3rd. This is an actual event. You get a daily on this. You do it once every 20 hours. You earn a total progress of 14. And we get a reward, a special reward. It says, is it the imagination or does space feel a bit chillier these days? A spooky event is upon us, and it features a new TFO called Cat's Tail. Play each day to earn your way to this event's grand prize, the Universal Kit Module Transmuter Wand. Additionally, successful captains acquire the Old One Vanity Pet, a frightfully appropriate companion. After completing and claiming the grand prize, keep playing to earn a daily bonus reward of dilithium ore. So this is an actual event, a new TFO, Task Force Operation, a new TFO, Cat's Tail, that is directly written for Halloween. This is new. This is a first. I am shocked and just really, really excited about this because I knew they could do it, right? Remember that old mission where you had to deal with the Davidians? Davidians? Is that how you say them? Well, you know what I'm talking about. The one where you would go to the old Drazana station in the past. No, actually, in the current time, it was just haunted. And you had that scary hologram. And he was like, Bonniekin, where are you? Remember that? Once I saw that mission and played that for the first time, I saw that Star Trek Online could do something spooky. They could make a dark mission. They could do something that scared you. Will this do that? I don't know. Or will this just be whimsical and fun? I don't know. Don't know what to expect. I have no idea. Here's the reward. It is a transmuter wand. Activating the transmuter wand artifact transmutes the target into a sentient black cat. This unfortunate cat creates bad luck aura around its allies that disables shields and most powers when too close. Most of the allies of Cat also try to avoid the scary cat. What? So it doesn't turn me into a cat, it turns my target, my enemy, into a cat. And then they have a bad luck aura around them. That is a unique idea. Actually, it reminds me of something else. I don't know if you guys have ever seen or watched the web series Ruby, RWBY. There's a character in there, and in case you haven't seen it, I will not spoil the character's name. But for those that have seen it, you will know it. And this character's ability is that this person has a bad luck aura. Wherever they go, whatever they do, it basically shines bad luck on the enemy. You have the enemy has bad luck, which is good for them. So that reminds me of that character from that animation. So if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then don't worry about it. But that kind of reminds me of that. That's an interesting thing. All right. And then you get an old one pet, a non-combat pet. This ancient being, an old one, took an interest in you for helping its people. He's observing you as much as you are observing it. It's more powerful than you can possibly imagine. You are more likely its pet. And then you get a 3 featured TFO reward boxes, universal tech upgrades, or 1 specialization point upgrade. Wow. This is kind of interesting. Now, these old ones, this is new. This has not been in Star Trek before. I've never heard of this. I don't know what an old one is. Apparently, and from what I was reading on the webpage for this event before recording this, they come from a different galaxy or even maybe a different dimension and have come to our galaxy and are like more powerful beings. So that's new. I don't know what that's about. That's new to me. I'm ready to play this. I guess it's going to be... It's not a single player mission. It's an actual TFO, so you're going to be playing with other people. Well, that's going to be interesting because I really want to pay attention to like the story and all the environment. But if I'm playing with other people, I'm not going to be able to take my time and do that. That's unfortunate. So I may have to play this multiple times to understand it and figure out what to do and what it's all about. So if it's necessary, I will do that in this video. If not, I may do it in future videos and do like a series of multiple playthroughs of it. I'm not sure, because I don't know what to expect. By the way, I'm playing this on my brand new TOS faction temporal character, the one that you have the temporal event going on, temporal recruit event. This is my character Dawn. She is a Vulcan. She is a science character. I have pretty much been grinding on her for a very long time now, since that series started. And she's pretty decked out and ready to go. She's got a lot of good ground abilities, so I kind of used her to do the last event where we had to go to Mirror Universe ESD and do that simulation. I am also running a Tholian Ectomy on here. Also now I have upgraded it to like epic level gear. So if there's anything space involved, she's ready for that too. But I think this will probably be a ground mission. Like I said, I don't know what to expect. I'll be playing it with other people, so I'll do what I can. Okay, the music already, I hear that.
The Davidians have captured 2 of my compatriots and seized our transmuter. They must not be allowed to succeed. They have seized
Well, I know what... So the Davidians are involved.
The will of my compatriots to his own. He wants to force them to teach him the secrets of the transmuter.
What a creature.
Search the rest of the castle and liberate my friends Livia and Ola. They hold 2 potent artifacts that, when combined with my own, will give you the power to breach the enemy defenses and enter their domain.
Well, that doesn't tell me a lot. So the Davidians, what is a wandering spirit? I heard a cat. I heard a kitty cat. Okay, I don't know what is going on here. What is this? I guess we're looking for artifacts. I see something up there. Look at that. Look, look. There's something up there. Or maybe it's a wandering spirit. I'm sorry, guys. I know everybody's leaving me behind. They're probably going to finish the whole thing before I even do anything. I really want to look around and spend my time. Okay, I guess we're fighting these wandering spirits. Skeleton warrior. Which are immune, by the way. I'm just now noticing. Why are they immune? I don't know. Now they're not. So like I said, I really want to take my time and look around. This is a new environment. I'm in some kind of castle. Dark skeletons. Oh, somebody's got a really cool ability. I'm just kind of taking my time. I mean, I could go in just try to kill everybody, but I want to look around. What is going on in these cages here? I guess this is where they're locked up. I haven't deployed all my ground stuff yet. I'm just really, like I said, I want to take my time and look around. They have some kind of ability that makes them immune for a little bit. Look at that. They're like immune. I don't know what ability that is that's making them that way. But I don't know how to defeat it. I guess that works. Nope, doesn't work. I heard another cat. What is what kind of abilities do these things have? I really don't know, but see where everybody else is. So there's cages here. Are there things inside? Oh, there are things inside. What is this person doing? Like lighting candles or something? So is that a thing you're supposed to do? Oh yeah, light candles. Okay, that's new. So that's the thing you do, light candles. I don't know. Search for Olivia, destroy the skeletal prisoners, continue your search, rescue old one Livia. I'm not sure what lighting the candles does. Maybe it's some kind of accolade or just part of it. I'm not sure. Or just gives you light in the area. Otherwise, it's just complete darkness. I'm not sure what it does, to be honest with you. Let's get my fire targ out. This is just really interesting, you know. Go ahead and get my obelisks out. There are a lot of them in here. I keep hearing a cat. Why am I hearing a cat? And why are these skeleton warriors immune? What is that power that's making them immune there? Immune, immune, immune. What is making them immune? I don't know. And I don't know how to counteract it. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to counteract the immunity. And I don't know why or how to do that. Obviously, that's not doing any damage to them. Maybe you have to light the candles? I don't know. Oh, maybe you have to get them in the vicinity of the candles. Ooh, maybe that's it? They have to be like inside the cone area of effect of the candles or something? I mean, that's just a guess. So you kite them into the candle area and then they're not immune? I don't know. That one's still immune, but he's not in here. Well, he's in here, but he's still immune. Ooh, they only die. Oh, they only die in the light. I should have had my chat up. Okay. So we need to kite them into the light. Alright, so that's the idea then. You have to light the candles. Then you have to literally kite them into the light to get them to die. Come over here. This way, skeleton. Or that way. Okay, I get that now. Whoa, so some kind of like poltergeist looking stuff there. Yeah, there we go. See, now that he's in the light next to the candle, yeah, now he goes down. I get it now. That makes sense. So that's why you would want to light a lot of candles. Get them into the light. That is very poltergeistish, actually. Get him into the light, Carol Ann. Into the light. Or don't go to the light. No, it was don't go to the light in Poltergeist. Wait a minute. Maybe we don't want to go to the light. Okay, well, I'm starting to understand the mechanic of it a little bit now. Light the candles, get the skeletons into the light, take them down. Keep searching, it says. Have we missed something? Yes, we missed this door. Uh-huh. Okay, there's a lot of them in here, but the idea is just light as many candles as you can. That's going to help us take them down. So that's probably the first thing you want to do, is just run around turning on lights. That way you can affect them or kill them faster or quicker. Okay, I don't know what all this is. Oh, is that one of the old ones? That's Livia, we found her. Huh. They have such an interesting look on those creatures. Alright, cool. Oh, heck! Skeleton Lord. Didn't see that. Hold on a second. Come into the lights. Okay, there's stuff going on. Lots of things going on. Don't put a barrier. Somebody locked me in a barrier. I wonder if stuck will get me out. Don't use cover shield. We need to get it into the light. You've got to convince it to come over here. And if you build a cover shield, they cannot get over there. trying to kind of get it in over here where I'm at. This is actually a little annoying. Just simply because they're immune unless they're in the light. So you have to get them to a light source. And other people may not know that. So what'll happen is what's happening now, where people are just attacking him with no real plan. Too bad you can't like erect a light around him yourself. I guess this is a light source here too. Yeah, this is hard to take down when he's not in the light. That's the annoying part of this, I guess. Need to get him over here. Alright, there he goes. That is kind of annoying, actually.
Thank you for rescuing me. Your kindness shall not be forgotten. May the light of the candle I protected guide you in your darkest hour. Hurry. The enemy leader learns more about the transmuter with every passing moment. If he should gain mastery over it, we will surely perish. When you are ready, I shall use my power to return you.
Place the candle upon its platform. Combined with the bell and the book, it will remove the barrier blocking access to the chamber where the Davidians are. Oh. Okay. Yinep. 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 Yinevit. Yinvep. What an interesting little funny creature. Now what? Where do I go? Defeat the witches. Where are they? Where would they be? This way? Do I go back through? I don't know where to go. Speak to the witches.
For your little feathered friend? That's very brave of you.
What's happening?
Let's see how you fare with some of our delightful amusements. We'll...
Okay. I don't know what is happening. I was transported somewhere. I don't know where everybody else is. They're hundreds of meters away. I don't know what's going on. Or where I'm supposed to go, even. Maybe they went on ahead of me. They didn't wait. I don't know. Speak with a ghostly librarian.
Oh, finally! Some sensible folk have come to my beloved library. I am in dire need of your assistance, book lovers. Those terrible witches have made quite the mess. Several books have been scattered about and need to be returned to their proper shelves. I simply cannot have a mess like this. What if my beautiful friend, the fortune teller, should come to call? Oh, thank you. Do be careful, though. Those terrible creatures could return at any moment to vex you. Go find too many tribbles.
Too many tribbles? What is going on? What is attack? What is hitting me? What is a witch? Well, she went down very easily. Reach the coven. Rescue Old One Holic. So I guess you have to bring the witches into the light too. So you need some kind of like grabbing ability, I guess, like this person has. Like a chain ability to bring the enemy toward the light. But I don't know what I'm looking for right now. Oh, there it is. Too many tribbles.
A tale that strikes terror in the hearts of every Klingon.
What do I do with it? Shelf book in puns?
No, you have chosen poorly.
Oh, I have chosen poorly.
A tale that strikes terror in the hearts of every Klingon.
Oh, you gotta put it in the right place, huh? You gotta find the book, or you gotta get the book, and then you gotta just stuff it in the right place? I don't know. Romance?
You must place that book on the correct shelf. No, you have chosen poorly.
Apparently I've chosen very poorly again.
A tale that strikes terror in the hearts of every Klingon.
Flanking damage detected.
I don't know. Alchemy doesn't sound right.
Go back!
You must place.
Beware our curse! Wind shall rise and fog descend. So leave here all, or meet your...
Go find. Live long.
I got it.
Prosper.
It was in the spooky section. Live long and prose pun.
One of your comrades has been turned into...
Found it.
If it doesn't come from the Punic region of Italy, it's not a pun. It's sparkling wordplay.
Well, it's not spooky stories. It's not cookbooks. I don't know if it's alchemy.
You must place that book on the correct shelf.
Let me quiet that. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what section. Romance? No,
you have
not
chosen
romance.
poorly.
Okay, we know it's not romance. Maybe it's the puns
Doesn't
one?
come from the Punic region of Italy. It's not a pun. It's sparkling
Yeah.
wordplay.
It's pun. It's this one.
Go find Hobgoblins of History.
Hobgoblins of history. I'm the one that's doing. I think I understand this now. I need to find hobgoblins and put it in the right place. I can't see what I'm doing because somebody is lighting it up over here. Here it is. Let's see what it says.
Vulcans have sometimes been characterized as hobgoblins, but I think they're a
think
bit
they're
more
more
real.
real. It's not spooky stories. It's not cookbooks. Alchemy is
You must place
mythical
that book
creatures.
on the correct shelf. Well
It's-
done.
it's mythical
The way
creatures.
is now open to you.
Yes. Hey, I did that.
to break the witch's spell of protection.
I think I did that. Am I going the right way though? I don't know. I really don't know. I guess I am going the right way. Okay, so I understand the book one now. I'll talk about it at the end of this, but yeah, that is pretty simple, really. You just have to listen to what he's saying. Now, what the crap is going on in here? Already people in here going crazy. Heck, there's actual, like, witches in here.
Personal shield losing power.
Strike the stone to break the witch's spell of protection.
I guess you don't have to get these into the light. I'm not sure. Maybe you do. I don't know what's going on here. It's a big witch's cauldron. What is this? I don't know what I just did, but I collected something.
Liberation at last! How wonderful! You have my undying thanks, strangers. May the power within the book I protected serve you well. Please, make haste.
Maybe we'll soon know the secret.
civilian leader will soon know the secret. When you are ready, I shall use my...
Alright, so we have to go back here and enter the inner sanctum. So there's like... And there it is, Bonnie. So they did exactly... Wow, how did I predict that?
What will you do?
That's so cool, though. They kind of brought that back in from that mission. and made it even more scarier.
The Lord of the Davidians lies beyond this door.
Well, let's go. Davidian Lord. I don't know if there's any special thing we need to do to defeat him or not. I really don't know. He is immune, so we need to do something to defeat it. What does this do? I did something. I'd activated a Davidian thing. I don't... Oh! Okay, it's like a thing that does something. I don't know what I just did. What is that? Rock was lit up. Hold on a second. It went away, though. So are there, like, things you can do to help bring it down? Like... Trying to look around to make sure. Yeah, you have to use those Davidian devices. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. What's up here?
Enemy target.
I don't see anything up there. So basically, you have to hit the devices when they're available. Trying to find if there's like something I need to be doing. I don't see anything up here though. I see nothing up here. Oh, there's one. Yeah, that does damage to them, to it. So need to keep doing that then. I'm just gonna look for more devices to initiate. Oh, he's almost dead. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's dead. Oh, and you get a choice of marks, so I know on this character I need Terran.
The Davidians have been defeated, and the transmuter is under our control once more. Rest assured, we will be on our guard for any future Davidian attacks. This world is safe, thanks to you. Well done, friend.
What an interesting... It looks kind of like a knitted sweater with tentacles and flowers for eyeballs. It's a knitted sweater tentacle eyeball creature with flowers. Base marks is 33 marks. Find the cat. Oh, we didn't find cats. Oh, the number of cats. I didn't even know there were cats to find. So that's new to me. So that's something to look for the next time I play. There are cats, and you need to find them. There's 13 of them. We found as a team 9, but I didn't even know there were cats. So that's new to me. I'll have to look for that. Where? I didn't even see one cat. I heard them. I know I heard the cats. I just didn't see them. Also, light all of the candles is a reward feature of it. There are 34 candles, so if you hit all of them, that helps you get the most marks. So I would say the first thing to do is to run into each section and light the candles. Light them all. That will get you all your marks for that part of it, and it will help you defeat the skeletons better. And then look for cats, I guess. I didn't know there were cats, but there's cats.
You did it!
The Meridian, the transmuter, rest assured.
And the transmuter is under our control once.
How did we do? I already did that. Alright, leave map, I guess. Speak with Old One Alpha. Yeah, okay. Wow. And so some kind of castle. Don't know where we are. Oh, we can look outside. Wait a minute. That tells me nothing. This could be absolutely anywhere. On any planet. I don't know. No, 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 no. Wow. Okay. I have some things to say about that TFO, so hang with me here. Let's let this load back. Did I get the... No, you don't get the reward, obviously, until you do all 14 days of the event. Duh. So I don't have the reward yet, but there we go. Total progress, 1 of 14. Cooldown is 20 hours, just like I thought. So I've got to do it for the next 13 days now, and I will get the reward, the transmuter wand. And obviously, obviously right now I have nothing. I just have to keep playing this for 13 days in order to get it. It's under a new tab called Seasonal now, Autumn. So that's new also. So yeah, let's see. There should be, I guess there's nothing in my inventory. There's nothing from this. Just marks right now and the daily progress. Is that right? Choice pack of yeah. Marks, daily progress, expertise. That's all you get, basically. Okay, yeah. Well, so here's what I want to say about this TFO. I found it very confusing. I'm going to tell you that even now I don't quite understand it 100%. There are areas and parts of it that I still don't understand. The biggest part I don't understand right now is in the middle of it. The whole library part, where you have to find the books and match them. Was that optional? Did I need to do any of that? Or could I have skipped that and gone straight to the boss? Because it seemed like there were already people fighting the boss Davidian when I got there. So did they just skip the whole library section and go there? I didn't notice. I was so busy with it, I didn't really look around to see what other people were doing. So did they skip it and go there? Or were they in the library with me and I just didn't see them all? And then they just transported instantly to the boss and started fighting him. I don't know. So what is that whole library scene about? What does that do for you? Because I didn't notice it in the mission menu. It didn't say, like, you know, it didn't look like it was a necessary thing, but I also didn't see an optional thing. So is that necessary? Do you have to do that library part? Do you have to match the books? Does that get you extra marks? Or, I mean, is it necessary or can you bypass it? So I don't know what that whole section was about there in the middle. I'm guessing you have to do it, but I don't know. The layout of the castle you're in is a little confusing because it looks like you go through sections and then you come back out and reverse it and go through those sections again. And it's kind of twisty and windy to get to where you're going and find out. Like, everything happens in the same building, but it's like different wings or sections of the building, so you're constantly crossing back and forth the path you've already taken and kind of confusing yourself. So the layout of it is different. I wish it would have, like, maybe sent you to a whole different instance or a different map. Like, if it switched from one map to another map, completely different maps, then you wouldn't feel like you're backtracking yourself and getting lost. I felt like I was getting lost a lot of the time. So I wish it had been separate instances each time it transferred you, like completely new areas. That would have been better, in my opinion. So I am kind of confused about the layout. I'm also confused about the storyline. I have never, ever in my life heard about these old ones in Star Trek, ever. In any Star Trek I've seen, I don't know what that is. It literally looks like a knitted sweater with tentacles and flowers. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it in my life. So I'm a little curious on the storyline. Where did that come from? Is that somebody's drug-induced, story? Or did it come from something I'm just not aware of? Very possible. Wow. What else is there to say? This TFO was definitely confusing. All right, so let's go through it one by one. The first section, you have to take out these skeletons. I now understand it's important to light the lights because you have to kite them, bring them into that light, and in order to take them out. This is similar to the counterpoint TFO, where you have to kite Lita into that those platforms to use on her, right? So it's similar in fashion to that. So what I could see is some kind of ability that teleports the enemy or pulls the enemy toward you, a chain kind of thing where you could pull the enemy toward you. That way you can go to the light and then pull that enemy towards you, then they're in the light, and then take them out. That's the kind of abilities you need here for that. That would help a lot there. I would suggest not using cover shield. There was somebody who was using cover shield in this run through. That's a bad thing, because if you put a cover shield there, they're not going to be able to get into the light. It's going to block them, and it's going to trap people. It trapped me. You saw that. I was trapped in a cover shield. I couldn't get out. So don't use cover shield. That's not a good option. And yeah, so basically you want to bring them into the light. You want to light all the lights so you get all your marks. There's a lot of lights to light, candles. Then you want to kill them while they're in the light. I get that. And then the big lord at the end, he's tough because he's got a lot of health, and he needs to be in the light to kill him. So that could be annoying for players that don't know that, because they'll just end up attacking him from all over the place, and he'll be jumping all over the place, and it's going to be hard to take him down. So you need to kind of work as a team, stay in one spot, stay near the light as a team, and kite them all to you. That's what you got to do for that. So that could be a little annoying. I can see that being a problem for players that don't know how the game mechanics work. Okay, so that's the first section. Then you got the second section, which is the books. Now that I understand a little bit better. I finally figured it out. You just collect the book it says to find, and then it gives you a clue about where to place it on the shelf. And you just have to listen to the clue and then go read all the shelves to see what they say and where it might fit. Like I found, the Tribbles, for example. The Tribble book fitted perfectly with the spooky section of the bookcase, because for the Klingons, that was a spooky situation. So that's where that one went. And then the others, there was like 3 of them you had to do. You just have to find the right place. If you miss it, you got to go get the book again and then look around again. So just take your time. Don't rush it. Don't just go click a book and then click the shelf. Click the book and then go around to the shelves and read them and figure out where the right one is. Okay? So that's that. And then the last part is basically just taking down the Davidian boss. And it seems like the same principle applies. You need to turn on these, levers that destroy him with some kind of power. I don't know what was going on. The columns were lighting up. Lightning was shooting out of them. I don't know what all that's about. It was pretty. Don't know what it is, though. But it seems like that is what you have to do to take down the Davidian boss. So every time you are shifted into that zone and you see those things light up on the rocks that you can pull the levers, go do that. That's the way to take him down, I guess. That's my best guess right now. Again, this is the first time I've played this. As I continue to play this over the next 13 days, maybe I'll learn better how to play it and what it actually means. But for right now, that's what I've learned playing this the very first time. Now, expectations versus reality. I was thinking this was going to be a scary mission, okay? I was hoping it would be a scary mission. I was actually hoping it would be a single-player mission, one that you could play on your own and take your time and get into the Halloween spirit and be, scared or haunted. This was not that. Now, I think they have the capability to do that, right? They could clearly make a mission that's scary and haunting. I thought this would be that. It wasn't. I'm disappointed in that fact. This is more lighthearted. This is not scary. It just isn't. But I do think they could do that if they wanted to, and I would love to see that in the future. A really scary mission that just haunts you. A haunting ghost mission. All the capability is there for them to do that. I wish they would go that extra step and make it, truly Halloween-y scary. Now, as for what they did deliver for us, it definitely feels more Halloween-ish than the Hearts and Minds did. Definitely does. What they've done here is combined some old missions and things together that people have said were spooky and put it all together in one thing and modified it and made it modern and made it, well, better. So what they did is they took that Bonnie Ken idea from the hologram, which we know is scary, and they had his voice in here to emphasize that. That was scary from that mission. They also brought in the Davidians, which can be ghostly-like and kind of interesting and scary. So there's that. So they combined those two things. And so, yeah, that was kind of already a thing in the game. They just amplified it a little more, so that's nice. What's new are these other world creatures, these old one creatures that I have no idea what the heck is going on with. And then the cats. I don't know how the cats play into it. I guess because it's Halloween. But the witches now, I have to say the witches were done very well. They were more scary than anything, and I liked them quite a bit. The witches were nice. Oh, and then the ghosts you talked to in the library. That was cool. That was a neat little touch there, that ghost. He looked really good. His graphics were really good for that ghost. And the witches looked pretty good, too. I just think they could have done a little more to make it more scarier. And they could make it a little more linear in the way it plays. And maybe clean up the gameplay a little, because it's a little confusing what's required and what's not required and what you have to do. And it kind of seems like your team can get spread out very easily. You can have a team member over here on one section of the house or castle. You can have another team member over here getting stuck on something, still reading dialogue. The dialogue takes too long, and so people will end up listening to it or reading it and not going on to the next section while your whole team has already moved on, like you saw, to the next section doing it, and by the time you get there, they're done. So there needs to be some balancing of time there, or maybe it doesn't allow you to go to the next section until everybody clicks. Like everybody needs to click OK, and then it loads the next section. That way you can all load into the next section at the same time and not be separated. Otherwise, you're like 130 meters apart in different sections of the castle, and everybody's doing different things, and it's kind of confusing and hard to keep up with everybody. So that part of it is a little chaotic. I think they could smooth that out more moving forward. They need to do that. But again, I was looking forward to a single-player mission, one that I could do on my own and take my time and be scared that this wasn't it. It's a TFO. Okay, it's an interesting TFO. It's going to get us an interesting reward that turns our enemies into cats that have a negative aura, a bad luck aura. Okay, I don't know how useful that's going to be in gameplay in the game. I also don't know how Star Trek that is. Sounds more like something like a prankster from another dimension would do. I guess it kind of sounds Q-like. But I don't know. I'm not exactly sure if that fits into Star Trek. But hey, it's Halloween, right? They can do that for a special Halloween mission. I'll let them have it, because I want that. I want something scary and unusual. But anyway. Wow, I've gone on a lot about this review now, but, those are my thoughts of it. This is my first time playing it, so there you go. Cat's Tail. Again, I didn't see a single cat. I heard them, but I didn't see them. I need to look for the cats. Look for the cats next time. So I will be playing this more, because I do want the reward. But I'm probably just going to play it once a day. I'm not going to grind it like I did the last one, because this one is kind of annoying. And if you have a team that doesn't know what they're doing, this could go poorly, very annoying, and take a very long time to complete, because the enemies won't be dying, and people will get frustrated and just rage quit. That's what I foresee happening here, so that could be very bad. So I'm probably only going to play this once a day, to get the reward. I'm not going to grind it. So this will be the last video on it, the one and only video on it that I'll make. There's just no need otherwise. Maybe they'll bring it back next year and tweak it a little. I'd like to see, like I said, tweaked a little, smoothed out in the gameplay, and that should be fine. But anyway, this has been Fall of the Old Ones event, Cat's Tail TFO. First time playing it. I hope you all enjoyed the playthrough and my review of it. If you like what you see here, what I'm doing, making these videos, doing these reviews of Star Trek Online content, making new videos on Star Trek Online content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It allows me to gauge interest in these type of things, and I want to do more of that. I want to post more videos. I want my channel to really grow. So consider subscribing and liking the video. If you watch these videos and are not subscribed, hit that button now. That definitely helps, and I appreciate it. So I want to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Hope you all have a great October. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one.